I think this is one of the few costumes that we are really sure of the date on, because Lee became a war correspondent on the 30th of December 1942, and pretty quickly after that she went to Savile Row and had her war correspondent's uniform fitted for her. And so this is like her dress uniform. A lot of people are quite surprised that it's in as good condition as it is. But that's because when she was in Europe following the troops around, she was wearing kind of more like army fatigues. It's a little bit like the Holy Grail, I think, this one. And people always ask us about her uniform, so it's really nice that we're lovely that we're able to kind of show it and chat about it and maybe see what kind of stories it tells us as well.
It looks like, I mean, it's a wool as most uniforms were made out of, and this is the label, the Savile Row. It says Dover Street, but from the Savile Row area. Kilgore, French and Stanbury Limited, and it's number 554 and the date 1943, Miss Lee Miller. It shows that it was made to measure, and I guess you would hopefully be a repeat client, and so the tailor would keep all your details and your clothing was numbered. It's a hand-tailored garment, and they've marked the centre front. That's quite common as well in skirts to get the front marked, because you wouldn't be 100% sure if it was a back fastening or a side fastening. And then you've got the cap. So I always look at the inside first to look at the wear, and we can see from this leather band that it probably wasn't, the cap wasn't worn very much, because there's no sweat staining and signs of that much wear.
Dad told me that when they found the uniform, the badges had been removed and that they were in the pockets. So I don't know if that's something to do with how you had to store your uniform if you weren't allowed to keep badges on.
I don't know.
And then that it was my mum who sewed them on, because we needed to have it back on for a film that was being made.
Right.
So the bad stitching was done very quickly.
Yeah.
In my mum's defence, to put it back on, but it's quite interesting.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's a nice ethical conundrum for everyone to think about as to whether that's part of the history of it now, or whether one would unpick it and re-sew it in a way that it was probably sewn at the time, which would have been much more neatly, because I think it for a uniform your badges would have had to have been sewn on very smartly. And then we've got the jacket.
Buttons are amazing.
Yeah, they are.
Is it like the old American eagle?
Yes, and it's the American symbols. Are beautiful buttons, aren't they? And we've got the rest of the buttons here. A few more signs of wear in this. It's not especially sweaty though.
This bit looks a little bit less professionally sewn on, the actual war correspondent.
Yeah. I don't think there's a tailor's label in this, unless it's in a pocket. Oh, there is, in the pocket.
Oh, fantastic! Oh, it is. Oh,
and it is the same number, so we know for sure that they were worn together. 554. Oh, and look at that! Isn't that a lovely detail to keep everything in place? So your pocket flap, but to stop your jacket sagging, you have a little extra button to hold the pocket in place.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And we've got darts here, so to bring it in.
Yes, and that, that I know that they definitely had to sort of retailor men's uniforms to work for women, putting darts in, and also sometimes using lighter weight fabrics so that they weren't so heavy and didn't rub. It is quite tailored at the back.
Oh wow!
Yes, so darts in the waist there, underneath the
band,
the waistband, the belt, just give you extra ease. One on each side. make it very comfortable.
That's fascinating.
So she would have looked incredibly smart in this.